Zig's over there, the tower was free from Millennium, and there's no way Fnatic could have held that. They should have used it and just did a 4-man Zig ulti to force them onto this tower, because this one's very hard to get from Millennium.
Now going to stick around, so as is having to make sure that, that mid lane doesn't push up too far with the inhibitor already down and those super minions actually coming through. In fact, recklessly having to go in there and help him with that one as well. Let's see if they can get in on towards that turret. That's a decent bouncing from in the back line there that's landed on towards Reckless, but again, Fnatic clearing it out, Millennium back off.
Millennium have a decent chance at sieging at this point in the game though. They can trap off one side, put the minefield from Ziggs on the other side, and then have Caitlyn do max range auto attacks on the tower, and still get saved in the event that she gets body slammed or explosive cast in by JV with an ultimate. However, it's not the most secure push they can do, but it's their best bet at this point.
It's an ace in the hole actually coming through. They're going to try and put them together, but okay, just using a body slam to get out of range of that one. He throws the ultimate, but he literally did nothing there really. So Millennium trying to catch him even more damage. This could very well be that turret. There's more bouncing bot land. The culling comes out. Millennium don't even care. Not doing enough damage to either Kevin or Aranea. They're going to be looking for this one. Yellowstone knocked away by the satchel charge. Still very cautious here from Millennium though.
Yeah, they did exactly what they needed to do. Combine Ace in the hole with the Super Mega Inferno Bomb and basically throw them off the turret and then go in and take it. Right now though, Fnatic's looking for a fight. They want to fight this.
It is so very, very low. Tristan actually does step forward. He's going to be able to pick that one up. Did get hit by a barrel on his way through though. But Millennium get their second inhibitor of the game and decide to back away.
And this is pretty much game for Millennium if they execute it properly. They can start sieging up top. Fnatic has to defend both inhibs at the same time. Baron will spawn, not soon, but eventually it will. And if Millennium keeps the pressure up, they can just rotate back into that Baron. Worst case, I don't think it's going to end up going that far because they can repeat the same process they did here. They've learned probably how efficient it is for them to just use Ziggs ulti on the tower, zone them out, get a couple of shots in, put up a wall of traps, combine that with the minefield, and just the axis for poke. And in the event that the fight actually breaks loose, Aranea is just going to storm in, Kevin's going to go for a backline, and JV will just revive whoever gets caught.
Scratches Veils, but Fnatic can slowly but surely getting popped. Well, Millennium's actually good stuff from PlayK to make that one happen. There is the ultimate, will knock Creighton away, but didn't really do what they were hoping for. Pull one in so that they could finish off, but Millennium just pushing on through from this one. Aranea and Kevin going to be holding up the front line. Kirk just spamming from the back made all that much easier as he does throw his ultimate down. They are going on towards Aranea. That inhibitor is going to fall him outside that. Does get a lot of damage onto him as well. That's mission accomplished for Millennium. Going low, not dying, getting the inhibitor.
Eu não entendi o que aconteceu. Isso não tá ligando.
Já carregou, meu filho. É qualquer coisa aqui. Cara, de que esse vídeo ele estava bloqueado, você foi e desbloqueou, só tem alguma coisa aí bloqueado, você já viu? Então ela não tá com ah, ele agora voltou, e agora? E se tivesse aparecido o painel, aparecia a neta dela, o painel não aparece. Ó, sumiu de novo, ó lá. Não, você olhar.
The first to admit that as well, that even in the games that they've had the lead, they've struggled to finish things off. Are they far enough ahead that one mistake here, you know, could be let off almost, or is one mistake a game over in the other direction?
Yeah, a mistake coming out of Millennium doesn't mean game over, but it could mean game over in 10 minutes because it might just give Fnatic what they need, especially with Baron coming up. I just see it's very unlikely for Millennium to make a mistake here. I mean, they've been pushing down two inhibs in a row, actually three if you count the mid-inhib going down twice. They know the pattern Fnatic has to play to get out. If Fnatic needs to look for another pincer somehow that's going to work, but they're just not strong enough to execute that right now, and Millennium's probably going to take it. However, one of these teams is going to face the Bullets, I believe, and yeah, I'm worried.
Yeah, this is going to be, either way, whoever wins by the end, a hard game coming into that next round. We're going to see Millennium pushing forward from this one. Okay, it's going to have to come over and help.
So is flanking right now. That's what they're looking for. They know that just defend is not going to work, and they're looking for sort of flank or a pincer and just shutting down the JV and this AD carry at the same time. But they can't really execute that properly because Reckless still has to defend. There's both minion ways pushing it.
Kuhn landed on towards Aranea. There is the ulti coming out. It does literally knock it. So they have managed to get in on towards Creighton. There is the Cully coming in from the back. Aranea's going to go low. So has to flash away. And Millennium turning around. Good damage coming going in. Cyanide finished off there by Kerb, who's now on the killing spree. Fnatic started off, it went well at the start, but Millennium just too strong here.
Expect again using the comps too early, in my opinion, but you saw their plan unfold right there. They went for Create and they said, either we kill him and we have a shot at his game, or he survives it, it's over anyways, and that's what happened. They had the Solar Fire landing point blank onto Create, and everybody dove in, but he gets some kills, flashes out, and life steals back up to full HP, and then at that point, it's over because Millennium is just going to base, pick up Baron, finish the pushes, and they're just going to clean out this game.
I have Super Minions almost taking down both Nexus turrets at that point as well. There is the Baron spawning in, Millennium in position early enough to finish this one off straight away without Fnatic really doing anything. Yellowstar did start to wander out into the jungle, but there's nothing that he can really do with that one. There's a lot of gold for Millennium to go back home with and spend here. You see 3,500 there for Kerb, who he's played his role perfectly, really sitting back and just spamming on through the entire time while Kevin and RNA just tank up everything that Fnatic throw them.
Well, if we're talking about playing your role perfectly, in 0-0-12, Jerry on Zillion support, that had the option of being counterpicked as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's just being so solid. Finishes his core build with Paladin for CDR. BKLs on top of that just to keep saving people. You have a cleanse, a remote cleanse, and then your remote revive. And what is Fnatic going to do against that except blow multiple people off into the mid game? They tried, they didn't do that, and they just don't scale well enough to battle Millennium in the later stages of the game.
Broke down the AD carry as well. Reckless has got absolute tons of farm in there as well. 2-1-2, 6-item AD carry with his boots sold for a Zephyr, but he can't do anything.
He just can't capitalize, and there's no edge in that build either, so it doesn't scale as high as any other, like other AD carry builds. If you want to be 6-sided, you probably should have an Infinity Edge in there somewhere to get those crits going and maybe surprise somebody with your damage output, but it's still very predictable. Fnatic right now is a predictable lineup, and only the explosive cast can catch people off guard, or a pincer move, but they're pushing their way so hard that they can't collapse anymore.
Inhibitors have respawned into this one in that mid lane and in the bottom lane, and Aranea, you see right up in their faces, pops all the Banshee's veils, which makes it a lot easier than for Kerb to be spamming away and doing his damage from the backside. There's the ace in the hole, caught by Cyanide, half of his health gone. This inhibitor is going to be going down. Will Millennium push for a kill? They don't need to, they can play it safe and play that waiting game and just keep picking off the inhibs.
Reminds me of a team in Season 2 that just didn't go for kills and just slowly pushed down these inhibs over and over, and I just loved watching them, so.
Yeah, so did we, Crepo. We're not mentioning any names from that one. We are going to see the calling coming out. Actually, Soa's diving into the middle of them as well. What a barrel this time from Peke. Gets the shutdown, but have they got the damage to finish everyone out? Clinton is focused to the back. Double kill for Peke. Now 3 men from Millennium are running back, but it's a 5v3. Fnatic can push here.
Really well played by Fnatic. This is what they needed to go all in on Cretan. He doesn't have his flash, or he didn't flash. He gets chain CC. What happens is Millennium starts panicking. Everybody groups up on Cretan, trying to get the people off him. Pekka, this time, he held his barrel until after the focus went on Cretan. And that's all thanks to Yellowstar landing that solo flare. He didn't need to pop his barrel to put Cretan into a bad position. Cretan was already in a bad position. And then the 4 or even 5-man explosive cast coming out from a full AP Gragas turned that fight around. And it was really well played by Fnatic. It's a shame that didn't happen sooner.
I'm going to go straight in onto this inhibitory. Need to be careful how much damage they're taking from this one. There's another barrel that knocks Aaron in the wrong direction though. They're going to take the inhib and it might go towards his top side. They've pushed them very, very nicely for them. They'll clear out the minions. The minions actually already tanking up the turret. So this could well be 2 inhibitors for Fnatic on the bounce fight. They've got to hold their nerve here and take both of these if they're to stay in this game. And they do manage to take them, but can they escape now? Kevin and Aaron are going to be charging on forward. Soas dashes away. Kevin gets fed up once again. The barrel is going to be missing. Fnatic are still trying to run away from it. Yellowstar now coming around the side. Misses a Zephyr. Soas goes back in there. They throw down the solar flare. Doesn't matter for Fnatic. That ultimate didn't do much. It kept them safe on the backside to retreat.
Yeah, Fnatic just needs to get away here. They can't be caught out by the reviving Millennium members. And this breaks Millennium's morale. If you've been in this driver's entire game and all you need to do is one more inhib, just one more time, and then we can finish and end this game, and we finally got this victory. And then that happens. And this is a huge boost for Fnatic. They've got a lot of gold, they got 2 inhibitors, they can the map pressure a lot differently. Cretan especially right now, he's more scared of getting caught again, so he needs to watch his position, because if he drops, Millennium doesn't have enough continue to damage output to just win these fights, unless they start spending a lot better. What if Queen gets caught but nobody comes up on him and people just ignore him? Then those explosive casts will be a lot harder to land.
Well, you've got a lot of Banshee's fails, we can see there, trying to get rid of that first from Peke, but as you mentioned,